What's going on, everybody? It is the infamous XCIV, aka Infamous Dr. Davis. We are back again with our New Game Plus character. I did decide that I am going to probably make a quite long, a bit more of an extensive playthrough in the new game with this character. I mean, I think it's just going to be a lot more fun than strictly just playing through a lot of the stuff that I've already played through, and then rebuilding another character. Albeit I will do Let's Plays as well, but this will be more of a fun, more kind of relaxed. I won't have to necessarily talk about Dark Souls the whole time, but about games in general. A couple things I want to note before I get into anything, guys. My character is floating. You can see his feet are not completely touching the ground, which is pretty cool. I'm somewhat of a magician. Another thing is I am using, along with the DS Fix mod, I am using the recolor for the Wanderer coat, which I think is pretty damn cool. The Wanderer manchette and the Wanderer coat are now all the way black. I like everything to be black. Not too bad of a physical defense, actually, with the Wanderer coat as well. And I haven't reinforced it at all. In my leather boots I have. So just to stay light, we got the leather boots on, and it kind of just looks cool with everything. Almost looks like we have tights on more than necessarily boots. One more thing I want to note is there is a reason that I am carrying the Fury Sword in the left hand. It's because a while ago I discovered something that's pretty cool. Not only can you attack with this thing, where normally L1, if you were in the left hand with any sword, would be the block. You can attack with the L1. But also, you hit L2 and you do this cool spinny thingy, which I think that's pretty cool. I don't know what that's actually for. I don't think you can like parry with that. Anyways, today we are going to probably just try to make it as far as we can go. I'm going to try to explore the Darkroot Basin and Darkroot Garden a little bit. However, first things first, we got to get past the Hellkite Drake, and we'll see if we can make this run here. He normally will just burn us up, and he probably will. Oh, we might make it. We might make it. Yeah, we made it. Alright, cool. The last thing we need to do is actually just wait for him to come down here so that we can get to that bonfire. Come on. I know you want to come down here. Come on, Mr. Dragon. I wonder if he'll step on that guy when he does fly down here. Normally if you just stand here, he comes down. Huh. Might have to reevaluate our tactics here. However, what we can do is, since we're over here, unlock this shortcut. Perfect. Now, let's see. We could always go the under way too. Alright, we expected that. Now, if we stand here, he should just come down. Hopefully. Just because he should doesn't mean he will. Right? There we go. I knew you wanted to come down. Get your ass out of the way. Oh, he's gonna fuck us up. Alright, perfect. I'm pretty sure he flew back up there. Nope, he took off. Yep, if you run past him, a lot of times he will just fly off. Yep, there he is. A lot of times he'll just fly off, and he just killed everybody on this bridge too, which is pretty cool. I've never actually seen this though, where it's just like a red burnt corpse. Pretty interesting. I am playing online, so maybe in new game you catch things like that if, you know, players have been scorched. However, no, it can't be players. It's got to be just old corpses. Probably more likely than anything. Interesting. Anyways, what we can do is unlock this gate right here. There is something that I want to see very quickly. We might have to progress further in the game. However, later on in the game, Solaire, who is over there still, standing on that platform, will, you know, find his way over here somehow. Either way. Now, these guys do a hell of a lot more damage, so, again, like this guy just came up and impaled us and did a multitude of damage. I don't know if that's a proper use of that word, however, I'm going to use it. Another thing is this Black Knight up here used to give me all kinds of trouble. You can see all of my furnishings from Kiln of the First Flame. All the Black Knight Great Swords and all the Black Knight Swords. Lucky drops, but nonetheless, as many times as you go through that area, it's bound to happen. Put a shield on, and this is honestly a rare drop too, the Black Knight Halberd. It's pretty cool. We're gonna put a shield on. Let's see. Let's just go with the Black Knight shield, of course, and we're still pretty fast. Perfect. This guy used to give me all kinds of issues. Oh, and apparently he's still giving me issues. We'll just go for the backstab. Makes things a lot easier. Easy way to kill these guys is if you can backstab them once. Normally, if you don't want to get caught by that attack, I can tell you. If you can backstab them once and then wield your sword with two hands and then hit them while they're getting back up from your backstab, that normally takes care of them. Depending on what sword you have, of course. Okay. This way we're just going to breeze through very quickly. Just because, like I've mentioned in the playthrough, if you don't make it through here, then you won't make it through here. He's going to close that gate. And these two should be on their way in here. Oh, I've never seen that happen before. That's awesome. Oh, I didn't notice that I didn't have my shield up. That's why he took out so much damage. Man, these hollow soldiers are doing a hell of a lot of damage. Okay, I did have to cut the video right there, guys, just because for whatever reason there was some kind of like interference. And there was like these really loud, like, random bursts of noises that sound like, it was like an advertisement playing on a, Google Chrome tab that I, didn't know which tab it was, but it kept cutting in and out, and it was very, very distracting and, very loud and very annoying. However, we're back at it. So I did kill those hollow soldiers, and I picked up the basement key from, this corpse right in front of me. I'll show you guys. The basement key. I did pick up the basement key. It opens the door that leads to the lower Undead Burg, which is where we'll find Havel the Rock. So I'll show you guys that door. Oh, my controller's freaking out. I will show you guys that door probably in this same episode, but we'll read the description. Opens a narrow passage leading below at the far face of the Great Bridge in the Undead Burg. The lower Undead Burg is a treacherous place. Do not turn your back on the wily thieves or the wild dogs who serve the Capra Demon. So I am actually incorrect. This is not the door, the key leading to the lower part of the Undead Burg tower that leads down to Havel the Rock. This is the one that takes you down to the basically the basement right before you get to the Capra Demon, who was a big pain in the ass, by the way, especially earlier on your first playthrough if you're not in New Game Plus. Running through this door will allow you to reopen the door. The hollow soldier that closes this door does not respawn. Once this door is closed, if you die on the way here, you're shut out. We're going to open this guy back up here just for safety measures. And up there is just some alluring skull in that treasure. That's not actually necessarily treasure. We can buy that later on in the game. Yeah, that'll take care of him. Sweet. I think I already had that though. You'll wonder why this guy isn't aggroing, because we have this guy over here who is waiting to be your ambush. Now, being observant to this game will serve you great dividends. If you just look to the back of the room, you will see right in front of the statue is a much larger knight. We'll go face off with him in just a second. He won't be too much trouble. I think that was a shield hit. I really couldn't tell. Oh, I was way too early on that one. Doomed. You are doomed. Perfect. Alright. This is undoubtedly one of my favorite areas of the game, just because Andre Vestor is in this area of the game. So I often find myself warping back to this area multiple times within a gameplay session. No matter how far I am in the game, just because Andre will be responsible for probably at least mine, my own reinforcement, weapon reinforcement, and upgrades and whatnot. He will be responsible for probably about 70% of my weapon upgrades. And then, of course, we have the 3 other blacksmiths in the game. We have the Vinheim blacksmith, who is actually technically the first blacksmith in the game. It's not Andre. I do remember kindling this bonfire. Interesting. Maybe if you only kindle Firelink Shrine, it's the only one that stays, but I did kindle that bonfire. You have the Vinheim blacksmith in New Londo. You have Andre. You have the blacksmith in the catacombs. And then you have the giant blacksmith. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss any.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
I require smithing.
Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect. Hey.
Very, very true. Let's see if we can reinforce anything while we're here. We have the Abyss Greatsword, which I did not upgrade at all yet, quite yet. I would like to. What I really need is some Twinkling Titanite, because once you can upgrade the Black Knight sword, I have one to +2, it becomes a pretty badass sword. So just one of them stock is 220 with a +107. If we upgrade it to +3 or +1, it's 242 with a +118, which is awesome stats, especially since this sword is only 8 weight units, and we compare that to our Greatsword of Artorias, which is 10 weight units, so less of a burden, specifically from the weapons. So many weapons. The Gravelord sword, I will show you guys exactly how to get that, just because I have not done that in our Let's Play quite yet. But there's nothing I'm necessarily dying for. Oh, you do have to recollect the embers, don't you? There's nothing that I'm necessarily dying to upgrade quite yet. Guess I could do the Dark Moon Bow. there's nothing that I really care to upgrade quite yet. So
Don't get yourself killed. No.
we'll leave it to be. We're gonna go back up here and fight the big knight that we saw earlier. I will see something very quickly though. I don't think I can do this. Yeah, I would have to restore my humanity and then kindle that bonfire, typically. Which is something that I don't want to do necessarily in this area quite yet, just because this is a very popular area for invasions. So I just don't want to waste the humanity, especially since we don't have the Lord Vessel yet. Perfect. Alright, this guy's a treat to fight. It's easier to just fight him out here in an open area instead of trying to fight him inside the church, but I don't know where he's going. I don't think he knows where he's going either. Something cool about this guy is you can actually parry him. Oh, I'm not going to try to parry that attack. Because if I end up messing that up, it could be a very, very bad situation for me. Oh, I totally missed too. Well, whatever. I do want to show you guys that he is parryable. Oh, come on. So that was the parry. You cannot do a riposte. Got some pretty cool armor out of it. You can buy this armor later on in Sin's Fortress, I believe. Pretty heavy too. Let's put back on our Wanderer coat. And we are off. To unlock the greatest shortcut in the world, of course. And we are back at the Firelink Shrine, which is perfect because we can rest at our bonfire and get our 20 Estus flask. Beautiful. Alright, back to the Undead Parish we go. Before we do that, we could talk to Petrus, see if he has any new dialogue for us.
Oh, hello. I will teach you miracles. A promise is a promise, after all. Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Petrus is someone who actually ends up having some really, really dry dialogue throughout the game, even prior to his people coming to Lordran. And then after that, his dialogue just gets kind of dry again. That seemed like an incredibly long elevator ride. What I could do is grab this Firekeeper Soul for starters, and then reinforce our Estus Flask to a +7. Which I think would normally be the, I think I missed one Firekeeper Soul in the regular playthrough in the initial game. But what we can do while we're here is we might as well fight the Gargoyles. Because, you know, it'd be easier to just run to this bonfire, but we're risking, we're actually risking by doing that, getting invaded. Which isn't too much of a big deal. If we get invaded, we could just die, of course. And what I should do is probably use these souls, since I forgot that I had them. We'll do this here. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Level up, and also not what I wanted to do. We'll do faith twice, and I'll tell you exactly why we're doing faith twice, to get it to 25, just so that I can show you guys exactly my reasoning behind that. It's not necessarily for, it's tied into magic, but that's not necessarily the main reason. It's to get a certain dialogue. And then also what we want to do is this. Excuse me. And it is a known bug that if you back out of the menus too quickly when you reverse hollowing, you end up just getting stuck in this position, which could happen inevitably, but we'll see here. Okay, we're great. Great, we're golden. Yeah, when you back out of the menus on the PC too quickly after reversing hollowing, you will end up in a frozen screen where you cannot pause and quit out of the game, and you cannot leave the bonfire, so you have to end task out of your game. So I don't see too many summon signs down. That doesn't mean there's people not trying to invade us. Oh, that was horrible. I totally did not know that you could parry with that weapon. Oh man, that was probably the worst mistake I've made. I definitely did not see that guy and did not know that he would come up behind us. That stinks. Well, either way, we'll run back up there. First things first, what we'll do is I'm going to go up there and kill the channeler, and then I'll run up there and fight the gargoyles. How's that sound? Alright guys, I did learn my lesson after that last death. I went ahead and killed the channeler off camera, and then I'm gonna go kill these dreglings. That way we can just go ahead and fight the gargoyles. I really did underestimate all of the lesser enemies in New Game Plus. I mean, the amount of damage that they do. In killing the channeler off camera, I actually died again to these dreglings and the Balder Knights down there because I accidentally fell while I was killing the channeler, and the Balder Knights pretty much tracked me down and skinned me alive. But that's alright. We made it. We are human right now, and we will go summon Solaire. We may get invaded in this spot. I have been invaded in this spot before. But we cannot summon Lautrec, which is not a big deal. Solaire is enough. He's a great compatriot to have. And here is Solaire. Oh gosh, happens every time. Yep, not the first time that's happened. Solaire was a great help right there. Alright, Solaire is incandescent, a sunlight warrior. That's why he glows such. Dark Spirit Tick. Yeah, we got another humanity. But that's why he glows like that, because he is a sunlight warrior. If we summon Lautrec, we will see a definite difference, and we will summon Lautrec later on in the game. Alright, summoning Solaire does give them a little bit more HP, however, this shouldn't be too much of an issue. The gargoyles have never been a problem. Off the screen. Alright. We are now on the second gargoyle. Oh, did I cut off both their tails? And one more hit and he'll be done. Oh, Solaire beat me to the punch. Literally. The battle compatriot. And we get the sunlight medal, which is important. I want you guys to take note of that in the Twin Humanities. And indeed, this is another gorgeous view of Lordran. Let's go up here and ring the first bell of awakening. Alright, that is the first bell of awakening, and amazing ring ahead. Maybe amazing ring of the bell, of course. While I am up here enjoying this gorgeous view, before we make the episode a little bit too long, I'm going to end it right here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this footage. It wasn't too action heavy, and of course, I learned a very terrible lesson that New Game Plus isn't as easy as you might think it is, even though you have all the gear in the world. So I'll see you guys in that next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, everybody.